Hi guys, welcome to As Simple as Possible. Today we are going to start with revision of chapter 2, performance hierarchy. The first point is that if we do not have performance targets, then we cannot measure whether we have achieved them. Second point is mission. Mission is the basic purpose of an organization. It includes strategy, values, policies, and behavioral standards that the organization wants to follow or inculcate in its culture. Aspects that must be covered in a mission statements. It must tell us about the reason for its existence. If it is for the earning of profits, then the reason for existence would be earning profits. So the mission must tell what is the reason for existence of the entity. Second, it must help to identify the stakeholder groups to whom the organization considers itself responsible to. Nature of firm's business. What is the nature of firm's business and what is the reason for uh, adopting a certain kind of strategy for the achievement of different goals that the business has. So it includes all those aspects. So I'll write it down. Fourth one is ways of competing and principles of business. So these were the four aspects that must be covered in a mission statement. Now next we have advantages of mission. It helps to communicate the nature of organization to stakeholders, and it helps to communicate the desired culture and behavior. So these are the 2 points that I have merged. It provides a framework for strategic planning, now I'll merge the next point with this second point, that it provides a framework for strategic planning, and those plans, it ensures that those plans are consistent with performance measures. So this is the third point. Next point is no this is not the third point, this is not the second point. This is the first point, this is the second point, this is the third point, and this is the fourth point. Points don't matter, but when you're writing the answer, these points would help you to frame your answer better. So it's better to uh, somewhere create a visualized thing in your mind so that you are able to retain this at least some extent. So that is why these points numbering, they are important. So the next point is with link to performance measures. So the next point is it helps to develop performance measures and links it with organization's purpose. Next topic we have is criticisms. Mission statements sometimes are meaningless generalizations. Sometimes when you read out the mission of one organization and the other organization, you might find that both are very similar and very generalized. If it is too generalized, then it tends to be meaningless because people generally feel that they are not going to be achieved. So that is why this is a criticism of mission statements. Next is sometimes these statements are made just to have relations and not a true representation of culture or goals of organization. Next point is they have little practical value if they lack detailing. And last point, may become obsolete if not updated. So these are the four criticisms of mission. Next important topic is objectives. Objectives are quantifiable, specific, measurable targets. Why do we need objectives? There are 3 points to this. It provides us guidance and direction. Next is facilitates planning, helps us to plan. And the last one is evaluate and control performance. We are able to evaluate and control our performance. So these are the 3 reasons why we need objectives. Next is another diagram, that is a triangle. This diagram tells us about the hierarchy of objectives. As with any other hierarchy, the top one is corporate, middle one is business, lower one is operational, and we have another one here which is individual. Because when a person joins an organization, he has some individual objectives as well. You can say somewhere that this is the reason that there is a fourth level here. Next important topic is critical success factors. They are also known as CSFs. Critical success factors are aspects of a product or service which are particularly valued by customers. They are aspects of a product or service which are valued by customers and therefore at which a business must excel in order to outperform its competitors. So they help in outperforming competitors. What are the sources of critical success factors? We can know them by reading the mission. Next is through external environment. Types of critical success factors. One is building, one is monitoring. Monitoring is short term, operational, and deals with existing situations. And building is long term, future oriented, and involves building strategic capabilities. So these are the two types of critical success factors. Next we have another important topic, critical success factor. Only these things are important. Next we have key performance indicators, which are known as KPIs. When we identify critical success factors, so we have to ensure that we are achieving what we want to achieve in them, and to measure that we use critical performance indicators. Those performance measures must be SMART. SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time bound. So SMART is just a pseudonym for the characteristics that a KPI must have in order to see whether the critical success factor has been worked upon to ensure that we are able to outperform our competitors. So these are the characteristics that must be there in a KPI measure. That was all the about the revision of chapter 2, and it covers all the topics of chapter 2. I hope it was helpful to you, and please do comment, share and subscribe. It would really motivate us. And of course, thanks for watching.